Hey guys! Hello everybody, my name is Zoe Rebekah. Welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be a get ready with me with my hair. I'm going to be straightening my hair and I'm going to be answering some questions about real shit, girl talk, just kind of talking about girl stuff and real life shit. So without further ado, let's get started. I just dropped my phone on the floor. Okay, so before we get started, I'm going to show you guys what straightener I'm using. It is the Duvolle Desire Series styling iron, and I just received it in the mail yesterday and it's super pretty. Look at this. It's like, look how pretty that is. I love it. And really good news for you guys is that I'm going to be partnering with them for this video, so you can use my code SPLENDOR70, which is in the description, to get 70% off anything in this series, and it's a really good deal. So if you decide to get the straightener like me, you will be getting a $95 straightener for $28.50, so it's a really good deal. And just look how beautiful that is, and it's super good for frizz control, and it doesn't damage your hair as much as other flat irons do, and it has really good plates that are really healthy for your hair. And as you guys know, I have really curly frizzy hair and it's very voluminous, and it's really good for controlling that and really getting it that straight look that I want. So yeah, here it is. So before I get started with actually straightening my hair, I'm going to do some prep on my hair. Not too much prep, just a little bit. So I'm going to plug it in to get it to heat up a little bit. So it's heating up now, so in the meantime I'm going to put some of this oil in my hair to prep it for the brushing, because I'm going to brush out my hair because it's very naughty. As you curly girls know, you typically don't brush out curly hair, but in order to straighten it, I gotta brush it out so it's not too naughty, so it glides smoothly. So I'm just gonna put some oil in my hair to make it smoother, and then I'm just gonna brush out my hair. And yes, it's gonna get all poofy and frizzy, but that's what happens when you brush curly hair. Okay, it's all brushed out. I'm gonna apply some more oil to it to kind of depoof it and smooth it out a little bit more, and to protect it from the heat that it's about to endure. Okay, so now it's all brushed out and poofy. So I'm going to take a scrunchie and separate my hair into my first section. Alright, and then I just threw the rest of my hair up in a bun so I can get it out of the way for this section, so it's nice and heated up now. So I don't like to take too big of sections, but I don't like to take too small of sections either, because if you take too small of sections, then it's just going to take you so much longer. But if you take too big of sections, it's also going to take you longer because you're going to have to go over it a bunch of times. So you have to take a nice medium-sized section and go over it slowly. I'm actually gonna pull up some questions now that you guys have asked me. So the first question was, what was your first period like? I actually made a whole video about that actually like got a lot more views than I thought it would. That was a couple years ago when I was about to be 15, but it wasn't painful. Periods aren't painful for me. I don't get cramps, fortunately, so I don't have to worry about that. So periods aren't too bad for me. The only annoying really thing about them is having to change my tampons, but I don't really get my period anymore because I'm on birth control, so I don't really have to worry about periods that much anymore. I do get spotting sometimes, but it's not really a full-on period, and I do get that sometimes, but I don't get my period anymore because I'm on birth control. But my first period wasn't painful. It was just like, oh, cool, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't anything weird. So I would just be prepared. Just get your feminine products. You might get cramps, so if you do get cramps, take meds or use a heating pad. Both is the way to go. So the next question we got, how old were you when you got high for the first time? I was 16. Yeah, I was 16. I wasn't too far from 17. It was like at the end of it was like at the end of 2019, and I didn't really start doing it like excessively, I would say, until I was about 17, because I turned 17 in a psych ward and I met someone there who also did it, and she used to do it with me, and then I got more into it, and then now I do it a lot. But the answer to that question is I was 16. Okay. The next question. Look at this multitasking. What should you pack in a period kit? We kind of just went over this, but I would say Lidl, pads, tampons, liners if you use those, and make sure you have a heating pad if you get cramps. And I would just say that's pretty much all you need. And a spare pair of underwear if you bleed on your underwear, I guess. Because that has happened to me. Trust me. That's happened to every girl. So I think that's pretty much what I would suggest. What was your first kiss like? Okay, so my first kiss was in June of this year, or of 2020. So it was the beginning of the summer. It was June 5th. I was having a little get together with my friends, and the guy I kind of liked was there, and he kind of liked me. When he had already gotten with two of my friends that were also there, and it was just kind of weird. And he was right here and I was right here. We were standing up, and then my two friends who had gotten with him before were on my bed watching us, and he was just like, he was like whispered to them. He was like, should I kiss her? And it was like weird as fuck. And he just kissed me. We like made out a little bit, like for like a couple seconds, and then we just started laughing, and it was just like a little bit awkward. But it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good, you know what I mean? Like, and after that we just stopped talking. So it wasn't a meaningful thing because we weren't in a relationship, and we never were and never will be. So yeah, so I'm done my first section, cool, which wasn't a very large section. That's why it didn't take me very long. But I'm gonna get my mom now because I don't feel like doing the rest by myself. Hey guys, so it's a whole 2 days later now, so I apologize, I got really sidetracked with this video, but as you can see, my hair is still straight and it still looks lovely, and I haven't really touched it up much at all. I touched up a couple pieces, but like that was it, and it's still really straight, and it's still really smooth and frizz-free. So I love the straightener. So now that we got the hair shit out of the way, I can answer some more questions for you guys. So I got some more questions even since the last time I was filming this video. So let's see. Do you feel like you've changed as a person? Yes, I do. I have changed a lot as a person. Like over the past few years, I've gone through a lot of trauma, and I've gone through a lot of really low points in my life, and I was able to really get myself out of those and come to a better place and find the light at the end of the tunnel. So I do feel like I've grown as a person a lot and changed. What would you do if your boyfriend cheated on you? I would dump his ass. I would be heartbroken. I don't know what I would feel. I never experienced that because he's my first boyfriend, so, but I don't ever see him doing that. But if that did happen, I obviously wouldn't stay with him, but that would be horrible. How do you deal with anxiety attacks? So I would say, like, obviously if you need medication, go get evaluated by a psychiatrist for medication and for therapy. So obviously professional help is always helpful, but also things like coping skills. Like I respond to this on my story, so I'm just like looking at it. Coping skills like distraction, talking to others, drawing, writing, cooking, schoolwork, whatever distracts you from your intrusive and anxiety provoking thoughts. So that's how I would answer that question. So just try to distract yourself and try to stay busy and try to just breathe and take deep breaths, and yeah, and you should be able to cope with your anxiety attacks. I mean, that's how I cope. Favorite place to go in Philly? I need new places to go. Even though I live here, I don't know a lot still. I really like the zoo, the art museum. I just walk around Center City a lot. I went with my boyfriend not that long ago, and we went to Reading Terminal Market, and we went to Charlie Was a Sinner, the restaurant, which is a vegan restaurant, which is really good. So yeah, those are some places that I would suggest. How do I convince my parents to let me smoke? I think it really helped with my ED and panic attacks. Yes, I totally agree. It totally helped me with both of those things. It really enhances your appetite, and it really relaxes you and makes you feel euphoric. So how I would say to let your parents let you smoke, it's really hard because like I don't know, because I have really understanding parents, and so I've never had to deal with that. So I don't really know how to answer that question personally, so because I don't want to give the wrong advice, but I would say just explain to them exactly what I just said, that it's an appetite enhancer, it's a relaxer, and it creates this euphoric feeling, and it helps cope with anxiety, depression, eating disorders, and all kinds of things. Just try to explain that to them, and if they don't buy it, then I don't really know. Do you physically feel sick when you have anxiety? Yes, I do. I do often when I have panic attacks, throw up, or I feel very nauseous and I feel very overheated and stuff like that, and it's really hard. So yeah, that's definitely, you're not alone in that. Do you have any phobias? Not really. I used to have like social phobia, really. Like I used to have really bad social anxiety, so like I had really bad like phobias of
being social, you know what I mean? But I don't really have any phobias anymore. I'm not really scared of spiders or bugs or heights or anything like that. I'm so fucking proud of you. I remember just a year ago on YouTube and how much you've grown. Oh, that's so sweet. That's not a question, but that's so sweet. I just had to say that. So thank you to all that answered, that asked me questions. So I'm gonna end this video here. So if you guys like to give it a big thumbs up, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell and share this video on my channel to those you think might be interested, and leave me comments on my community post. I'm gonna be 18 soon, so I'm gonna have real comments. And yeah, follow me on my social medias. My TikTok is Zoe Rebekah Frenchman, my Snapchat is Zoe Frenchman, and my Instagram is zoe.frenchman. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Love you. Bye.